Welcome back to Get a Grip on Lighting. On today's show, we have Adam Chatakian. He is an accomplished leader in the lighting and energy efficiency industry with more than 3 decades of experience transforming how commercial spaces are illuminated. Throughout his career, he has specialized in retrofit strategy, distribution, ESCO partnerships, and bringing innovative lighting technologies to market. Adam has held key business development and channel strategy roles across major lighting organizations, helping customers achieve smarter, more sustainable results. As a co founder and CGO at A Prime Lighting, he is focused on advancing product solutions that support a circular economy, reducing waste, extending lighting system life cycles, and delivering measurable energy and environmental benefits. Adam is committed to helping the industry evolve through practical innovation, lasting relationships, and a focus on value driven sustainability, Greg Eric. But before we go there, we got to get a grip on grip lock systems, man. People are still using jack chain out there. There's still losers out there using jack chain.
Yes, you say you and I don't, but other people might need to. No more chain. I haven't used chain. I don't even know when the last time I used chain, if I maybe even ever. You don't need to, and you shouldn't. The grip lock system is the best. Adjustable, toolless. You can reuse it even. We're going to talk a little about circular economy today. You can reuse a hanging kit for a new fixture. You take down a fluorescent, put an LED. A lot of times you can reuse them and change the height easily. Way better than jack chain. Not even a comparison.
Don't be a loser. Get that level out, hang your fixture, put your level on it, and make it nice and level using the beautiful Get a Grip on Grip Lock Systems. It's griplocksystems.com. Check them out. Of course, the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors, where all this stuff started in 1977. If you have light bulbs in a warehouse, right? We don't let anybody in. We don't let just anybody in. If you have light bulbs in a warehouse and you sell them over a counter on an order desk, on the phone, on Amazon, on your website, whatever, if you got light bulbs in a warehouse, the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors is your home, your crucial shield. Go to nailed.org. Adam, welcome to Get a Grip on Lighting.
Hey, thank you for having me. Appreciate it and glad to be here.
Yeah, so let's dive right into what you've got going here. So it's a why don't you explain it? I saw my version of it when I looked on it, but you tell us what you got. What's unique?
Absolutely. Well, we've been in the industry myself for a long time and my business partners for a long time. So combined experience is well over 100 years at this stage. My gray and my beard probably shows a little bit of it, as you have some too as well. So, um, we remember the times of going back and maintaining luminaires back in the industry prior to LED. Right, everybody was maintaining their luminaires, being able to reballast, relamp them, keep those fixtures in place for 20, 30, 60 years in some cases. We all jumped into the LED realm, and the industry surged to fill up those fixture locations as fast as we could. No one really looked at the consequences because we were all so excited about the efficiencies, not just our the channel, but also customers. Right? Everybody was really excited about these cutting edge efficiencies as well as what different features LED can bring to them. So we got some cool form factors happening and whatnot. However, the consequences were unmaintenanceable fixtures. And now we're seeing the consequences being that all these luminaires that we have sold and throughout the industry, everybody is at fault in some regards, in my opinion, myself included, loads of luminaires. These fixtures all land up in our landfills. So they're not maintainable. Yes, they're highly efficient. The consequences have been that we basically surpassed sustainable name of efficiencies. And I think that the market and the industry is recognizing this now. And what we say create is a product that is fully maintainable, and it's also sustainable in regards to circular economy. So it has some sort of reusable features, if you will, with our luminaires. Um, and we have brought this really to the market to solve that sustainability problem, but also look at the industry where the pain points with the end users have been inconsistency after generation one, two. They have to, use different luminaires instead of the same ones that they went with originally. The performance is different, the look is different because now they went from using Gen 2 LED luminaire, and now that manufacturer is now on Gen 16. Because you all remember how fast these generations flipped by. There was literally new generations. Factories had 12 generations within one year of that same form factor or that same type of fixture, let's say. So the consequences have really been pounded hard, in my opinion, by the end users, and we aim to change that.
And how? Tell us how you're changing it.
Yeah, good question. Leading the witness. So in our fixtures, what we've designed is the first toolless replaceable light engine. So the fixture body, and I'm talking troffers and troffer retrofit kits, strips and strip kits. That's our sweet spot. That's our core competency as of today. We are developing more general illumination products within those general lighting formats, form factors rather. But as of today, we're sticking to the troffers, troffer kits, strips, and strip kits. And all of our fixtures come with a toolless replaceable light engine that's integrated into the body of the fixture. And it's a patented design. These products are engineered and designed by myself and my business partners. So these are not, let's just go see what, overseas has available for us type of products. These are truly created here by us. With our toolless replaceable light engine, this allows the customer to always keep the same form factor within their operation of their facility, as well as keeping the performance, the look, the integrity constantly working, right? So at end of life, we simply replace our light engine, which is toolless, hinge design, drops down. It's a quick disconnect. It's done in less than 25 seconds. So what we saw is also in the industry, I've been in selling products to the ESCOs for so many years, and I know that time is money when you're doing these installations as well. So we designed ours up front so that it does save time on original install, but upon the relight of that fixture, we're at 25 seconds. Our competitors, who basically have to gut the fixture out again, if it's a retrofit troffer kit that they've done, they have to gut that fixture again, put in a brand new retrofit kit, and they've got anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes built into that. You extrapolate that over a project of 2,000, 5,000 pieces, that's a lot of time difference. 25 seconds versus 10 minutes is a big deal. So that's one piece that we wanted to make sure that we hit is how do we save money also, and not just the sustainability side that features for end users more or less. The sustainability is huge because what they're looking at is how to reduce their carbon footprint as well as keep higher scores in their ESG credits. So this allows some of the larger national accounts to obtain that, especially accounts that have sustainability engineers on staff and whatnot. So these folks that we're talking with that do have sustainability engineers on staff, the larger end users and national accounts, they look at our product and realize one, they can keep the consistency, but the sustainability engineer sees it as, hey, by the third relight, my lighting package is at a net zero versus everybody else on the market, which I think is changing slowly, but it's going to happen. Everybody else on the market is throwing that fixture away in our landfills, buying new metal, a whole new kit, and putting it back up again. So there's a lot of waste going on, not just time, but there's a lot of waste when it comes to metal. With us, the difference is when it comes time to relight our fixture, again, we just simply replace our MRC, we call it. That's our modular relight chassis. That's our toolless replaceable light engine. We replace the light engine, The older light engine that came end of life gets put back in the box that the new light engine came in, send it back to us, pre-shipped, pre-labeled, and we strip it down from all the components, the drivers and the board, and we reuse that metal chassis and repopulate it with the latest LED equipment, new driver, whatnot, and put it back in circulation. So we're really trying to consistently reuse the metal. There's no to not have to do that. That's another patented design that we have built into our product, so that our product is made so that the components as well as the board and the LEDs all get stripped away and leave that MRC metal chassis clean and ready to rebuild, so to speak. So some significant difference of what we're offering, a lot of value proposition that continues to snowball with a product like ours, because now the contractor at end of life of that original retrofit the contractor did, they're seeking it's end of life for the customer. They need to go out with what? An RFP. It starts all over again.
No,
Is
hey,
that
the idea sounds great, but what I'm wondering is you're mentioning your fixtures. These are your fixtures. What about everyone else's fixtures? Where are we going to get to a point where you can do something like this with every fixture? That's really what the lighting industry needs. So maybe, do you want to sell every light fixture? Yeah, but is that realistic?
well we
No. So let's talk about
no,
that.
it's not realistic at all, and I do feel that we do have a nice, a very nice user friendly product, that the patented design makes it really easy. It's hinged. You'll have to look at it on our site, primelighting.com, and we have many videos of how it's used. But I think the process of replacing our toolless light engine is extremely easy. Do I think also that other manufacturers are seeing that sustainability is a need and the market is shifting from solely looking at efficiencies to, hey, what did we do here? All these fixtures are ending up in our landfill, and they're realizing that everybody's a little frustrated. Especially it starts with the end user. The end user is the one that's the most frustrated at this stage, I'd say, because they're the ones looking at a project that they did, and they put in 500 fixtures and 30% are out. And they call the factory. They're 6 years old, and they call and say, "Hey," the factory says, "Well, we don't make that fixture anymore, but you can put this in." And now they've got a hodgepodge look going on, and they're also realizing, oh my gosh, I have to, in order to keep consistency, I have to do this retrofit project all over
Yeah. So
again.
so what's happened, and technically what's happened in the lighting industry, is that the chase for lumens per watt or for efficiency has driven constant changes to the mechanical form factor sizes of LED engines, as you call them, arrays, drivers, and all this kind of stuff. And so there hasn't been a settling period where the lighting industry can make a secondary parts market. Now, you've created your own fixture that naturally has its own secondary parts market. But there's the betrayal. I would say that this is a betrayal. Technically, what we've done is increase the life of the light source, but we've massively decreased the life cycle of the light fixture. So
Yep.
when you have in the past, you'd buy a whole bunch of two by four fixtures with 3 or 4 tubes in it. You'd put 5,000 of those in, and they would last 40 years because you would change the ballast, you would change the tube, because all of those components had set form factor sizes that were made to a certain standard, no matter what brand it was. So the fixture's life cycle would be in decades. Now the fixture's life cycle is in years. And so the customer is getting like 2 fluorescent tube lives out of a fixture, and then the entire fixture needs to be replaced. This is absolutely a catastrophe
I
for
agree.
sustainability.
Yeah.
It's a catastrophe. It's nothing
It's a
short of that.
catastrophe throughout the industry, in my opinion, because getting back to to the contractor that had that account, it's going to go back out to RFP with our fixture or fixtures. I feel, to answer your question, will have hope maybe licensed technology by us, or perhaps their own style of modularity built into it. But the contractor loses that account more or less, because now it goes out for an RFP again. Where in the the fluorescent times when things were modular, back to what you were describing, the contractor had a maintenance agreement,
Hmm.
the original contractor, and they would own, we called it back in the day, owning the socket. Remember
Totally.
that language?
Totally.
Now, so I'm reterming it right now. We're calling it own the fixture location.
Mm.
And that
Yeah.
resonates with LRCs, ESCOs, lighting contractors, lighting. Well, I don't even, the lighting maintenance contractors not gone now. They just poof. They had to either readjust their business, or they were washed away because there were weren't accounts to maintenance anymore, because they kept coming up for our, no, we see now they keep coming up for RFP at the end of life. And then we also see with the end users, they're frustrated because they're like, oh my gosh, I have to do it all again. So to answer your question, I do think the industry's eyes are opening in regards to, will competitors be looking into more modular styles and designs? I think absolutely. Perhaps will we be licensing our technology to other manufacturers? I think perhaps absolutely. I see a shift in the marketplace, as I said earlier, from everybody just looking at efficiencies only to efficiencies with sustainability, modularity, and also some sort of circular life economy, because I think that's very important. Let's get some reusable features of these products that we're spilling out into these fixture locations. So I'm excited about the future here, in the United States, and I say that because I do see the sustainability side and some other, especially the European countries, is a big deal right now. They're definitely leading the charge regarding sustainability and creating new codes, creating new DLC like, if you will.
Watch it. You watch that.
No, no, it's good. It's good. We need that.
No,
We
I
need some
disagree with you on that.
regulatory
You know
measures.
what?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
I
sorry.
disagree with you, and I'll tell you why. I am sick of people telling me Europe is better than Canada and the United States. Canada and the United States is way better than Europe, okay?
I agree. I
Way
agree.
better.
I'm just saying they
Europe,
do have this.
so they
They
came
have
up
a
with the C plug. They
TM66 we need to
hang on.
adopt.
They came up with the C dry thing. That was a big thing. That's Europe's number one export is paper. Okay? The number one export of Europe is paper. Okay? Get out of here. The point is that people have to be able to change a light bulb. And that, whatever you want to call that, Adam, whatever you want to call it, a module, a light engine, or something. People, it has to be toolless. It has to be able to be done by a non-technical person, because we don't have enough electricians to change light fixtures out every 5 years in Canada, United States, to waste their time removing certified garbage from ceilings and throwing it in the landfill and importing more certified garbage from China to come here and re-put it back in the ceiling again. This is absurd. It's almost like Clockwork Orange or something. It's that bad. I'm telling you, it really is. The
I agree.
mindset of that is bad.
Yeah, yeah. There's these huge consequences, and just so, let me set the record straight. I am pro for bringing everything back here to the USA. I'm definitely, you know, definitely a USA lover on my soil here. And the only thing I want to see here, that I guess what I have seen done over there, just to kind of go back to it, is a rating. So how they've done it is, it's called TM66, and TM66 is a rating that fixtures now have in that other space, that other country,
Hmm.
which I would love for us to adopt some sort of rating of how sustainable is your fixture. So if we have a rating kind of like any other rating that we have, like is it DLC or is it DLC premium, right? So if we had a rating that a circulatory outsourced third party would look at it and go, hey, what's the circular economy? What's the sustainability? What's the ease of replaceability? And then they rate it. And then everybody would kind of fall into this category of how strongly rated is that product. And I think that's probably the only way to really look at what's happening with um, everything you described. How easy is that fixture relightable, right? So we're calling it reled technologies. Our technologies, modular relight chassis, reled technology, MRC for short. And I think, like you said, all of these fixtures need to stop ending up in the landfill, and it's just going to make a happier space for our industry. It'll make our customers happier. It will make our planet happier. It will make so many positive changes. And I do feel it's coming. It's going to happen. It's a matter of time, not if.
And one thing I was going to ask about this specific product, uh, the kit itself is the chipboard and the driver. So are you just saying let's take out the guesswork and say we're going to replace both? Like you could possibly replace the driver? Yeah,
No, we want to send out the unit 100% complete all the time, so it always matches. We don't want anybody to
yeah.
be working with a little screwdriver and putting the driver boards together and pulling the wires and trying to match a driver with maybe what the boards
Mm-hmm.
are working or maybe they're not.
Mm-hmm.
I want 100%, like you said, the guesswork is gone. And to your point earlier, Scott, you mentioned the ease of use. We want it to be so easy. We made it to be so easy to install that if you can hold a broom handle or a mop, you can reinstall our light engine. True story.
Adam, I just have one more quick thing to throw at you, and you can comment on it. I think that the strategy needs to be twofold. So we need manufacturers like yourself to come up with solutions for high end troffer kits and places where LED is still developing. But I think the vast majority of light fixtures need to go back to light bulbs. Like we have the most innovation that has happened in the lighting industry is probably in the 4-foot T8 LED. Okay, I've seen more innovation in that particular product. Now, I think there's always going to be a high end market for fixtures that are LED dedicated fixtures. So they're not using traditional sockets. But I think we also need to be able to sell people light bulbs. And so there's so many different kinds of light fixtures like track lighting, table lamps, all these other types of things. And we already have the standards, Adam, for all these fixtures. The screw in
Oh yeah.
E26 base. We need to encourage, lighting professionals need to encourage where aesthetics are not a big deal, like a parking garage, for example, or a stairwell. Put in a tube ready fixture there, and it's going to last you 40 or 50 years because you just change the tube. There's no ballast. It's just line voltage LED tube. So I think there's a lot of, like, it's not one or the other. Sustainability can come in a lot of different forms. And I think one of the most powerful forms is lamp shapes. Would you agree with that, Adam?
Yes and no. I do agree. The problem with the lamps itself is for instance taking that parking garage location as an example. If you're going to utilize a some sort of screw-in base, it's going to be a mogul base lamp, of course, at this stage, right? Because you're going to need to pump out significant wattage, lumen package. And then most likely it's going to be some sort of corn cob, we use that term in our industry, type of product. And some of those products that originally came over were LED toys in some regards,
Sure.
right? The color shift was a mess. The end of life was out of control, different times. No one can control it. And then I feel that all of us in the LED space, the luminaire manufacturing space, as well as, it shifts down, but it starts at the LED manufacturer. We're claiming and have been claiming that this is originally we claimed a 10-year solution for lamps,
Get out of here.
screw-in
Yeah.
lamps.
Yeah, come on.
It's nuts. Most customers are calling us, and I've been in this for almost 30 years on the ESCO side and renovation, lighting renovation space, retrofit space. And when it all shifted to LED, no one's product was worth a damn, and still, in my opinion, worth a damn past 6 years. And
I
that's
would
a
say I
stretch, to
would
be
say 3
honest.
years in some applications.
Thank you.
I would say three
I don't want
years.
to be,
A parking
yes. I
garage
mean,
that's
it's
24/7 and it's on controls. You're going to have all sorts of failures in that parking garage. Adam, we'll leave the last line to you, but right now, Greg, the people out there, they got to stop being losers. They got to go they got to go to griplocksystems.com right now and get on the right path here.
That's right. A toolless axis. You can slide your fixture up and down easy. You can reuse a new fixture when you put it in place, or at some point you might be using keeping the fixture hopefully down the line. But you can reuse the grip lock system. Easy to work with. Way better than Jack Chain.
Go to griplocksystems.com and, of course, the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors. If you have light bulbs in a warehouse, this is your crucial shield. Adam, last word to you.
Hey, well, I just want to help everybody within the industry, become more sustainable for our overall solutions and allow the contractors to keep the customer for life again. So take a look at our products and appreciate your time, gentlemen.
Thank you.